I should have recorded that part.
No, yeah. All right, let's get it.
We on, man. This dude ragged up. Talk to the people.
Hey, this is your guy, Mr. SoleMeState. How y'all doing?
It's FCC.
He's repping the SoleMeState shirt.
He is.
Yeah,
God love him. I love him for that.
Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that design though, real quick, because I have to agree with Dub that State of Missouri should have been on the front, brother. With the shoe print, that way you could have did the different colorways with the shoe print and the outline of the text. You know, I could have had me several different colorways.
It's like that on the hoodie.
So we need to think about that.
On the hoodie, it's on the chest. The state with the shoe right on the chest. On the back, it says SoleMeState. Just the words. That was just a test run.
Okay, so when we gonna get the official switch up?
Hey, what size are you?
Bigger than this one because this one's kind of snug.
It's the Bella canvas. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. I actually got some. I got some test run hoodies here at the crib for you. You just be my little billboard.
Let me get a large. You know, I'm rocking Love Movement. I got hoodies.
I'm gonna say
he
spreading love around.
Yeah, he rocked the Love Movement. Wouldn't rock the SoleMeState. Chris rocked the SoleMeState. FCC got one. I appreciate that. I took my dark liquor to you.
Why I wasn't getting one. I said if you put the shit,
it doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. It doesn't. You still get it to support. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Listen, I'm all about supporting your friends, but I don't support dumb shit. Hey, this country cousins, we talk freely.
So we all country cousins, or we balling buckets right now?
We country cousins right now.
If you made a hoodie that had a dick on it and said "I'm Dick Man" and that was your hoodie, I'm like, let me get two of them. It's just his hoodie.
Would you put some tape over it though?
No, I'm not gonna push down his creativity.
Nobody's buying that.
If you made a hoodie that said "You're Dick Man" and had your face,
I'd buy it, but I wouldn't wear it.
Why?
I mean, I buy it to support, but I'm not gonna fucking wear it though.
You're not gonna wear a hoodie that he made that says "I'm Dick Man."
It's just like the matching pajamas at Christmas. Those aren't for everyone's consumption.
You know how I feel about those. Mr. and Mrs. Our first Christmas. Boo.
Our last breakup. I stand by my statement. If you would have had it, it would have been dope. But, you know, you want to be rogue. You got to be Mr. Fashunnn Forward. You know, you're the Kanye.
I'm always. That's fair. That's fair. I'd say more Pharrell, but I'll take Kanye.
Pharrell is not fashionable to me. I do not like them HMDs.
He's really not.
Really? Okay.
Pharrell is not. I don't consider Pharrell to be fashionable at all. The kind of like beach bum look that he's been rocking. I mean, my nigga, I know you from VA Beach, but you don't have to always look like it. Like
it works for him. Like his fashion only works for him.
Right. It does. It's very personalized.
Okay. The most fashionable rapper.
Define rapper.
Ooh, man, I'm gonna say Rick Ross.
Okay, why? I'm not disagreeing, but just like, what is it about him?
First of all, his clothes are age appropriate. Second of all, I mean, he actually kind of, you know, he can do the, you know, the chill t-shirt, you know, kind of like cotton shorts with, you know, nice pair of kicks, or he'll do the, you know, the grown man, like, you know, nice Dior Louis sweater or something like that with slacks and the shoes. Like, I mean, I think most versatile, better clothes. I mean, people get on him for some of the shit that he has that's custom or they call fake, but I mean, I don't know. I think that's kind of a preference thing. I think that kind of goes on how you feel about that person, whether you down it or not. Because I mean, Dapper Dan is not real. It's not legit. I mean, he's got a deal now where he's working with some of those designers, but niggas was eating that up and spending tons of money for it, and they weren't calling it fake. So okay,
you bring up a good point with Dapper Dan, because that's someone who I always find to be interesting, because technically the fabrics were stolen,
right?
But they were legit.
they were either stolen or bought secondhand and then cut up and whatever else.
But so it was authentic cloth
Right.
that he just customized.
Right.
So why is it that he gets a pass then to do that? But you hear, but who was the rapper today who had the weird ass jacket that was like a Gucci? You know what I'm talking about? He got clown for his jacket by Dub. You see that?
I don't
So
follow.
it was like,
I don't
This happened
follow
today.
Negro news. I'm sorry.
it happened like in the last week. I think it was DJ Mustard was clowning the dude for it, and 21 Savage was clowning the dude for it. It's like,
Oh,
it's
I
not a,
saw
Mustard
21
has no nerve to clown anybody for anything. He wears the most atrocious clothes. My guy hit the gym and started losing some weight, and all of a sudden, I don't know who he thought he became.
I saw 21 Savage making fun of somebody with like a Q name.
With a what?
With a Q name, like I don't know. I don't
about
know
a jacket.
Nudes. Yeah.
I missed
I
that.
I thought they were just going back and forth on fashion.
No, he was getting on him about a jacket that everyone was clowning him for being fake, but it was one of them things that some designer made a custom jacket with a Gucci print, and when people was like that clowning him for it, but it was just like, all right, what's the difference between what that dude did and what Dapper Dan used to do? I mean, Dapper Dan used to put that shit like you'd have a Jeep upholstered with Gucci print, like.
Yeah, I mean, everything that Dapper Dan did wasn't as fly as they made it out to be. But I mean, he made some stuff that was decent. But
I mean, he made enough where Gucci really had to be like, all right, we're gonna hire you. Like,
yeah, I mean, after you're around in the culture for that long, right, and you push things forward for that long, and you're a company that your white fan base or targeted audience is kind of like, yeah. Now you're looking for that niche. Yeah, I mean, of course you're gonna start looking out, seeking out Dapper Dan and everything else. But I'm not a fan of heavy monograms, right? Like I don't really like I like Dior before it became popular because the monogramming was subtle, right? That's why I prefer Gucci over Louis Vuitton a lot of the times, because a lot of the Gucci monogram, like actual Gucci stuff, is much more subtle than the Louis monogram. I'm not a fan of I don't want to be a walking billboard, so.
What about, do you find it interesting that the only one who really has a black model is what Michael B. Jordan, his coach, his poster boy. It doesn't seem like Gucci or anyone else really fucks with black people.
Well,
as far as wanting.
It depends on how you think, if you consider Virgil black this week or not. I mean, he is part of the house of Louis Vuitton. So
yeah.
And Naomi Osaka, the tennis player,
is Nike.
Right.
She has
she just got a Louis.
Is it Louis?
Yeah,
it might be Louis.
She's the newest brand ambassador for Louis.
Yeah. So
right on.
Louis has been, and they Versace, doing a thing with chains, 2 chains. So
he's a terrible dresser.
He really is.
Me who my favorite? I guess I'll go with Nasir Jones or somebody.
It's another good choice. Very, very age appropriate. Because I mean, when I think of who's a fashionable rap, I look at people who would I wear their outfits. Most of the things I see Nas or Rick Ross wear, I'd be like, yeah, I'd wear that. So
right,
like I wouldn't wear almost none of what Chainz wears. I would wear almost none of what Fab wears. Fab does.
I was just getting ready to ask
too much
about
He does too much matching. Some of his stuff, yeah,
that's him.
Him. I would say you're more of a Fab type of guy. I think you're going to match the seam of your fitted with the shoestrings and your Air Force One. I mean, I don't.
His zipper, his shoe will match the zipper on his pants. And then he'll have a fitted hat too.
It's like, why are we doing this much matching? Like, we don't have to do this.
Okay, so this is coming from the guy. I have a hard time getting any fashion critique from Dub. As you see, you and I can go we can go back and forth.
Listen. I don't care enough to dress up.
We know.
When I put on clothes, I shit on you, sir. Let's be honest.
You're not being honest right now.
I'm sorry. You stepped out last week looking like the goddamn burglar from McDonald's. And those basketball pants you have that you consider fashion, that's 2 strikes, my G. If you get another strike, you getting sent upstate. It's over. I don't want to hear nothing else about your fashion. God damn it, because no. I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck.
Bro, you
gotta go somewhere.
You put on salmon pants and you channeled me. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. You channeled me with those pants and you looked great.
Here's the thing.
Great.
Here's the thing. I make the shit look good.
You channeled me and you looked great. You looked fantastic. I still have that. I have that picture in my phone. I'm like, this man looks magical today.
Pause.
He took the picture, I think. But if I could put on some shit that you would wear and I look better in it, that means I got you beat. I would never. I wouldn't wear them goddamn burglar pants to jail.
Burglar pants.
I wouldn't wear them to paintball. Like, I don't know what you would think.
I'm fashionable. That's all
Oh,
man.
You are fashionable, but to say you are the most fashionable, no.
I think part of the whole fashionable, either way it goes, for anybody, you gotta feel like you gotta own it. Even if like you don't like it or wouldn't wear it, like you gotta wear whatever it is with confidence. Like, cause if you think about like, remember when Andre was tripping a little bit. Remember the furry pants, the football.
A little bit. My nigga Andre was out there.
He was being true to himself. You all need to go listen to the Bo Hagen interview. Well, I'll get to that another time. But you know,
Who is Bo Hagen?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. You probably had no idea who Bo Hagen is. He's the Attic Crew, right? Kind of like the so Bo Hagen, part of the Attic Crew. He was with Lil Jon. You would know him if you heard him because he has a very distinctive voice. He's been on some classics, but B-High from what is it, Hot 109 or something like that in the A, he got a podcast and he has some really dope interviews. Bo Hagen is a decent one, but there's a DJ, one of the Atlanta DJs who goes like way back. His interview is really dope, but I don't want to get on that because they ain't paying us to promote their shit, so fuck them. But don't disrespect Stacks.
I wouldn't disrespect him. I was just saying that he kind of, from that first Outkast CD when he was wearing an Atlanta Braves jersey, just like looking like everyone else, then he like flipped. Football pads, blonde wig, furry pants, batting gloves. He looked like he was headed to the ring. He looked like WWE.
And he bagged Erykah Badu.
Yeah. Something with her fucks everybody up.
That's true.
He was like that before he got with her.
Well, I thought his whole thing was on the first album he was smoking. On the second one, he wanted to prove how good he was without smoking, and then he never did anything after that. And then he gradually kind of slipped.
That was just a lifestyle change. He stopped smoking just because lifestyle. You know, they got on that. You know that what they call it, what's the shit with the chicks with no deodorant and you know, earthy shit. You know, he got on that wave. That's how he met, you know, Badu, and
he was
on the rest is history.
The black soap and the sage burning.
Yeah, you know. So
Diddy, your guy is YK Osiris. That's Savage was joining.
Yeah,
who the fuck is that? Maybe that's why I never heard of it. I have no idea what that is. What is that?
He's kind of like a singer rapper, new generation shithead.
Nope.
Where is he from?
The Earth.
He must be from Atlanta because 21 was joining on him.
I think they boys, right? I think he might be another Atlanta dude.
So I mean, honestly, the way they was joining was the way that Dub and Flacco jump off the porch on Facebook. And they're like, that's really what it was.
He from Jacksonville.
Okay. So he probably like everybody else in the South probably lives in Atlanta right now. So
true. I mean, I guess his biggest song was with Lil Uzi.
Never heard of.
So one rapper who I think cannot dress, but I think people give him false credit for dressing just because you get endorsement deals. Drake can't dress. There's nothing about, but people think he can.
Wait. I'm going to take that a step further. Drake doesn't have an original bone in his body.
You know what? That's the theory. Do you think he's playing the greatest role he's ever played? Because if he was an actor first and someone like sat him down and said, look, I got a role for you. What? You're going to be a rapper. Okay. Like, this is the greatest role he's ever played. Like, I want you to be a rapper.
He's not playing it very well then, right? I mean, he's a rapper. He's a talented artist for, what he is. But, I mean, as far as, like, being a rapper, like the rapper lifestyle or whatever else, outside of the women, he really don't live up to the rapper lifestyle.
He tried. He tried to have beef with, he was like, let me pick on somebody that's light skinned. And he picked the wrong one. He went up against Bobby Page, aka Road Rage, aka Chris Breezy. And Chris shut that shit down.
Not Pyru Breezy.
Pyru Breezy was like, oh, you want some of this? He did all of that shit on SmackDown.
Okay, how do you figure Chris Brown won that beef?
Because he's more talented, and because he really just like will probably he'll get into a fight every time they Chris Brown spent too much time in LA, man. So he's gonna he's in a different mind state.
He active right now.
Right. I mean, essentially. So he was gonna turn up and press Drake every chance he got, just because of the people who are around him. And that's what he's supposed to do. So that's what he was gonna do. Drake, not to say that what's to do, Hush and all these other people, they act like it's a super goon, super thug who'll be around Drake. I mean, maybe so, but
I've never heard any goons being around Drake.
I mean, some of his people, and his crew is supposed to be like, for real, like little, street cats in Toronto, but
in Toronto,
different kind of cats, man. I mean,
hey, it's
Chris Brown running around with Treetop or Fruit Town, one of the Fruit Town, I think it is. So it's like,
your question was, how do I think he won the beef? Didn't he steal Rihanna from Drake?
No, Rihanna's Chris Brown's first. A lot of the beef was over Rihanna, but that was also like Chris Brown allegedly getting mad with the relationship Rihanna and Drake were forming, and Chris Brown was like, "All right, I'm gonna shoot at you in a club, and I'm gonna throw a bottle."
Well, there you go. That's how he won. He shot at him in the club and threw bottles in his section.
He threw bottles in the section.
Did Rihanna and Drake have a real relationship, or was it just kind of like a "you just won't stop calling me" type of thing?
I think it was
probably you won't stop calling me because I didn't.
It was a Lori Harvey moment. It was a Lori Harvey moment. Like, it was just on the hit list.
I got you.
She put that in a song, but Chris Brown also waxed Drake on his song that they finally came out with.
Chris Brown is one of the most talented people in that generation. Even to this day, he'll randomly have a little banger. Like, he don't really put music out on his social media as much as he did before, but even some of them stuff that he would sniff it, here and there. Like, how does this dude keep coming up with this stuff? But just a much more talented artist.
I was having a discussion with somebody, and they were like, Chris Brown would get washed on verses.
By who?
They said Drake, but they're big. They're like the biggest Drake fan. And then he said Usher.
No.
And I was like, Usher had like 2
Confessions
albums, right? And then like,
essentially,
songs here and there. I said Drake. Breezy been putting out a top hit probably the last 15 years.
I mean, the Drake and Chris Brown would be a more comparable versus, but I think even with the hits that Drake has, I think Chris Brown might have more. I mean, I think he just might have more in the bag, because we know versus is a lot of, you know, popularity as well as like showmanship and shit like that. I mean, I don't see Drake washing Chris Brown in a versus, not from a musical or showmanship.
That would be
His
the one
theory,
versus.
well, real quick, his theory was that Brown's best songs were features, where
But
Drake.
that's not true though.
That's just not true.
You was about to say something, Diddy?
I think that might be the only verse I can think of that we've seen that legitimately could be a tie. Like that could be a tie, like a straight up tie.
I'm just not a Drake fan like that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I mean, I'll give him credit for So Far Gone was still my favorite work he's ever done, but nah. And I mean, to be honest with you, if we want to talk about features, really all of his biggest stuff in the last like 5 years has been stuff that has featured other people or that he's featured on.
Oh, Drake?
Yeah, I mean,
because literally he's got a verse on something. You're like, all right, that's a dope song or whatever. But it's just
that's what he
like
did.
You said.
That's what I say. He has no original bone. Like the Nike shit he put out puff coats. Like
yeah,
and
it's not.
Is it? Because Buddy brought that up and he was like, "Man, that's dope." I'm like, "Really?
What's dope about it?"
I said, "It's a basic Nike coat." Man, he bringing it back. I was like,
it never went anywhere.
I said, if you're gonna spend $120 for a regular puffy coat,
I'm gonna get a North Face.
I was like, bro, I'm not that guy.
Okay.
He says I'm a Drake hater. I said, listen, I like Drake I like Quentin when he raps. I don't too much like the harmonizer. You know, he has good songs, but I couldn't tell you. If I looked at my phone, I don't have like Drake songs saved.
I'm trying to think if Drake is in. I got a couple of his albums in there, but I would say anything that has gotten spin has been the stuff he's done with Future. Like, what was the last song they put out? Something about a day, good day, or whatever the fuck it was. Here,
Life is good.
Life is good. Life is good. Yeah, that would probably be the last thing that's in my phone, and I think maybe one of his songs with Game or somebody, or Poetic Justice with Kendrick is in, potentially in the rotation. But straight up Drake song, no.
I was looking at a list of like dream albums or whatever that like have supposed to come out we still have not seen. Are we ever going to see the Kendrick J. Cole collab album ever?
I do not think so.
Is that a dream album though?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I wouldn't mind getting it because Cole is more like the Cole from the last two albums when he's rapping with Kendrick. He's not the, boring like backpack college kid. I just graduated from college trying to find my, what I want to do in my life. Cole. He's more of the like, okay, I'm a flex a little bit.
I got on a song with 21. Cole.
Yeah,
I like that guy. So that's my argument about Drake. I like that Cole. I like Cole where he go. I like whatever it's called, Forest Hills. But even then, like it don't have repeatability. Like I'm not going back to it.
But his compilation with his label though, I still listen to that. That is dope to me. Like
yes, absolutely.
And that Cole rapping, yeah, I fucks with that Cole.
And maybe it's the production. Maybe it's what we've always said about Nas is that he don't pick a great beat. But that compilation had great beats. It was like him rapping over the baby beats, the good ones. Or what's my buddy name? Silent Ride Home guy, A Boogie, or I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, that is not my genre of hip hop. I like crack sellers.
Crack sellers and gangbangers.
Everybody got their preference, right? Like I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Oh, it's just Boogie. Everything's for sale, Boogie.
Don't know him.
You don't fuck with that?
Maybe I've listened to some of that, but don't.
I'm surprised you listened to it because it looked awfully red.
I have my moments. I like J Rock. I like Kendrick.
It's a lot of red.
I had to
Not
listen
really
to
your
some
cup of-
Mozzie for a little bit.
I fuck with Mozzie. I fuck with little Mozzie. But Mozzie from the Bay, you know, all my Bay family.
But you know, he be flagging hard.
Hard. I know he's on the active playlist.
Harder than a lot of LA niggas actually. But yeah.
That was the crazy thing. Like, I know you're international, but like the Bay got hoods, but it don't feel like our hoods.
What's it feel like?
Fucking
nice neighborhood. I mean, that's just California in general, right? I mean, California in general is.
I feel like where I live right now.
Everything feels like the suburbs in California. Like even the well, maybe not like Nickerson and you know some of the projects, but I mean even some of the neighborhoods are actually they feel kind of like the suburbs until you like really see how active it is. Like, I mean, this is California all throughout, Southern California and Northern California. It's just, it's crazy the feeling, right? But I mean, I think that's more so our bias because we think about, you know, the city where we might have grew up at and completely different, like the houses and the gangways, smaller houses, the way the streets were, just the way the people look and everything else. Like, California it's completely different. I can't even really like put it into words, but it's like you'll roll up into a neighborhood and you'll think that, oh, this might be a nice neighborhood until you really see that, oh, it's not nice. Like these niggas is like really out here with these hammers out here, and it's like they looking at you like, who the fuck are you? Who sent you?
Bro, our shit feels grimy. Our shit feels really grimy. And then when the sun go down, like you know you in the hood.
Right.
Out there, you don't know you in the hood until it pop off.
Yeah.
Like you be like, oh shit, they shooting over here. Like y'all got regular houses and like nice. The Bay got like weird, like nice trees. I can't even imagine LA with palm trees and shit. Like
it's crazy.
This is not the hood. Like I don't
we're used to a even mixture of kind of like that nice but a little grimy, because when you think grimy, you think like New York, like project building hallways type of like that's grimy. Because I mean, New York just a dirty fucking place. I mean, no offense to nobody from New York, but when you go to New York, it's you out on the street in Brooklyn and Queens, even in Manhattan, it's like fucking dirty, man. And I think we kind of get a little bit of both. But when you go all the way to that other extreme where it's like, there's nothing dirty out here, man. It's palm trees and sunshine. Like
these
everybody should be fucking happy.
Bins. They got recycling on the corner in the hood. And it's like in use. Like there's no trash. Like
think about Friday, right? Where Lil Chris was knocking over the trash cans and shit. Like if you compare that to like going to a Boston or something like that, where the streets are narrow and you got all this fucking trash out on the sidewalks outside, because when they take their trash out, they take their trash out right out front. So on trash day, the streets are just disgusting. They filthy because there's not a lot of room and everything's just kind of crammed up together. But when you look at California and you like think about Friday, how you got somebody just riding around, like you said, knocking over trash cans and recycle bins and shit like that.
It'd be like they fuck up your neighborhood.
Right.
Not that nice, but kind of got that little edge. I don't know where we're going with this conversation.
I don't know. But I feel you though. Like, I mean, I've never been able to put my finger on it.
It is okay, so it's just not weird to me.
No, I mean, I feel you on that. It's weird.
Like Oakland was different. Like if you ever went to a game where the Warriors used to play, or where the Raiders or the A's, it was all one big ass complex, and like you felt urban right there. Right. You go to Frisco, it was a whole nother like vibe. Like it really is different.
You feel that Silicon Valley type vibe when you're in Frisco. You feel that money, that Silicon Valley money.
That's why I don't understand. I really think that's why the Warriors kind of lost their edge too. Like they became the private school.
He said they crossed the bridge over in the Frisco.
They playing in a $1 billion stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like your hat though, Diddy. I
Think
would
so.
like to partake in that in your fashion sense.
Crew.
Who's your favorite fashion athlete then? Just to try to bring this some kind of full circle.
It's not Russell Westbrook. That's first. It's not him. It's not Kyle Kuzma.
That's who you dress like though.
Don't do that.
Disrespectful.
Don't do that.
Oh,
But
okay.
maybe you should say who is like instead of who is not like.
Right, because every time you throw out a bad one, I think of you.
LeBron's is okay. This is okay. At times.
He wear every once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, that's the funny thing about athletes. So I don't think any of them really can dress. Because I think they want to make such a statement. Like all of them are trying to make a statement. That it's just like they've killed it. I think actually one of the best ones who just kind of low key is Dame Dollar. He's just kind of low key, like he's wearing nice clothes. It's nothing over the top. He might do something a little out there every now and then, but like I think he's kind of low key and just kind of chill little vibe to him. But it's easier to think of the bad ones than to think of the good ones. I thought Dwayne Wade was horrible as well, like horrible.
I'm actually shocked, and I was waiting on you to say this. I'm shocked you didn't say PJ Tucker.
His shoes are always dope, but his clothes is just like, what do you?
He don't really wear outlandish clothes though. He really wear a bunch of like kind of apparel though. I mean, he don't really.
No, he'll wear a skeet suit with like some dope shoes, which is like, why'd you wear a blue pinstripe shoes with some Air Max 1s? Like I like the Air Max 1s, but is it necessary to have a baby blue pinstripe suit? Was that necessary?
That's what he was feeling that day. I mean,
and that's fine. You know what? Maybe it's just like you get to a certain level of income. You just like, you know what? I'm gonna wear a pink bunny suit with some motherfucking Oregon 1s because I can. That's what I feel like Westbrook does.
Would that be you after you win the Powerball? What level? All right, so here's the levels. There's Westbrook. There's LeBron. Because LeBron, like you say, is normal on certain times until he do the like Englishman suit with the short set.
Short set, yeah.
Then there's PJ, where he's just basic Dame Dollar, PJ Dame. Or my favorite playing guy is Lou Will, Mr. I'm only rocking t-shirts and jeans. Where are you on the when I get rich spectrum?
I'm probably somewhere at like Ric Flair. It's like I'm on a different level. Like it's gonna be robes, a championship belt, and some shoes. Like that's what I'm gonna wear. That's just.
Can you share my belt idea?
So getting a championship belt tattooed across my waist, like all the way around, like I'm wearing it. Like it's a dope idea. I got to give it to him. It is a dope idea. I mean, that's the best idea thing I've ever heard him say. And I'm over here like planning on like which belt to do.
It's not a good idea. Let me stop you right there. It's not a good idea.
He is literally dying. Bro, don't you see him doing this though? Like we was talking about tats. We was talking about tats, and he was like, he wants something original. And I said, I said, I got it. I said, you with the W belt.
My nigga, I am in tears right now. Don't you fucking do it.
Can you see him walk in with like the toy belt, right? And then he take his shirt off, and then he take the belt off, and he be like, "Bitch, I always got the belt." They'll never take the championship from me.
Oh my God, don't fucking do it. Oh, please don't do it, man. Oh,
It's not.
man.
It's not just a good idea. It's a great idea. It's a great idea. Like it's.
If you were the type of asshole who would do it, oh my goodness, this nigga gonna get the Intercontinental Championship tatted on. Oh man,
bro.
All
Man.
summer, no shirt.
Listen.
No shirt. All summer, no shirt.
For you to just laugh, the last 3 minutes, this is a great idea.
It's a great.
I think somebody might have actually beat you to that. Now that I think about it,
I don't think they did.
There's a rapper or somebody who actually has a belt tattooed on them,
Like a Gucci belt, or like
no, like an actual like wrestling, federation belt.
Oh hell no, I'm googling that.
Who? I feel like I've seen that before.
Oh god,
man,
I see some really bad ones.
Would you just Google belt tattoo?
Wrestling belt tattoo. Damn man, somebody beat you to it. They got it all the way around too.
That's crazy. Which belt would you do, Pat? That's what I want to know.
Big Goldie. Ric Flair's belt, Big Goldie. The one Pastor Troy used to always have, like Big Goldie. That's the one. Like that's the one.
Actually,
Big Goldie.
Deontay Wilder has it too.
That's right. That's right. I'm like, I know I've seen that before, and it's somebody from the South. I'm like, I know I've seen it.
I mean, I'm looking at these tattoos. These people are getting it too high. Like you got to go lower. Like they have it just on their stomach. So like, no, you gotta.
So it's gotta be where the belt really meets, right?
Kind of like you don't get the whole thing necessarily because you'd always have short. Like, no, I'm gonna do it better. I'm gonna do it better.
You gonna hit the gym? You throw the 6-pack up, then go get the belt.
No, it's gonna be authentic. You ain't always gonna have a 6-pack. Why work out hard to get a 6-pack for this, and then you lose the 6-pack? Like, have the belt be to no. We just doing this.
Have the belt be form fitting.
Yeah.
Can you move that big paw out of the way of the screen?
Sorry, I'm just looking at these, but like I appreciate how they tried, but they didn't do this right. I'm gonna do it better.
Bro, you're hilarious.
I just want my credit if you do it.
You got to go with me. Hold my hand when it gets tender.
You know what? You go do this. I'll get like a wet towel.
Wipe my brow.
I would be Bundini Brown while you getting the tattoo. You got it, champ.
You got it, champ. You got this.
Man, you better not get this fucking tattoo.
In the first place we go on is FCC's house.
Oh my god!
I want him to take the bandage off.
We're going to the compound, man. I know where the compound is.
We going to the compound. I need you to take this bandage off of me.
Boy, you is tripping.
Ain't you going next month?
February 10th.
Not for that.
Yeah.
FCC.
No,
not for that. It's not official.
I'm like, what? You already got a schedule?
Hey, you think we ain't gonna talk about when I go in there though? But so we was joking about it. So I need this.
Take your belt with you. Take one of your belts with you.
But how do you feel about doing this?
So what I was saying is, if I was a wrestler, I would get like the belt tag over my shoulder. So like, just to be like, I got the belt.
I'm just so disappointed in the both of you right now. The fact is, I think this is a good idea.
This is an awesome idea.
Wow.
I think, like you said, we at the Ric Flair level of just take it all the way in.
Man, y'all tripping. The championship belt tattoo, man. I guess, man. That's all I can say is I guess.
Okay, let's take it another way. What about like the rapper medallion? Like, would you get something tattooed like you had?
No.
I know. No.
No. That's just as ridiculous. No.
You saying the chain
The
tattoo?
chain. Right.
Get the chain,
tattooed.
but then get the medallion like tatted on your stomach, like something.
Do you realize he hit us with a dad disappointment?
Because that's how disappointed I am in the both of you. Like, why would you do this to yourself?
You know what makes it even funnier is he expects it from me. He expects me to say something off the wall.
True. This is true. I didn't expect for you to think that this was a good idea and to encourage it.
I just planted the seed. I was there while Diddy and 39 Castles was shooting yesterday. They had a tattoo artist, and the idea was Diddy asked me if I got a pair of shoes on me, what would it be? And I thought it was kind of stupid to get a pair of shoes on you unless like you have a signature shoe. So I had said somebody got like a Jordan 1 or whatever tat. So I said I wouldn't get like a shoe on me. I get like some kind of mural where at some point it was like a utility line and I had the shoes hanging over the utility line type something, some kind of canvas or whatever, right? And that's where I was like, well, Diddy, you know, there's only one thing you love more than shoes, it was wrestling. And I said, you should get the championship belt.
You should have seen the joy on my face when he said it. Because like he said
imagine.
it, I was just like, that's right.
I am the champ.
So you're going to get a consultation, huh?
Well, I'm getting the boys tattooed like right around here, but then I'm definitely going to talk to him about the belt. Like we're gonna have this conversation. Like yeah, we need to have a talk about this.
Is his artist pretty good?
Yeah, and black artist, real popular.
Check
Does
him
a lot
out.
of work. Yeah.
J Pusher 314.
314. Yeah.
J Pusher 314. Okay, like J, like Jay.
No, just J.
J Pusher 314. Okay, check him out.
Yeah, he had a dope little story about just kind of teaching himself to do it because he got a tattoo. He's like, if they can do it, I can do it. Been tattooing for 10 years.
I think this is a good place to stop because I don't know what other ignorance. There's nothing that can top the championship belt, bro. Like,
yeah, that might be, yeah.
Well, I'm do-rag though. We shit on Drake and we got to the WWE. That might be the AEW belt. I don't know which belt you're gonna have, but
hey, you just call me the forever champ. That's my forever champ. Forever.
That's the champ, and that's FCC.
He said that's the champ.
He definitely putting sanctions on us after this one.
Champ is here.